Hi, I'm Dave from Boyinaband. I've got really into K-pop music recently, and in between the insanely cool rap and ridiculously attractive androgynous people, one thing I've come across a lot is fangirls. Their obsessive nature seems quite a mystery, but today I think I've finally figured out what it is that makes a fangirl tick. You know the type, one day they'll find a music video and be all like, oh, this musician seems cool, and TLDR, their every waking moment is filled with pressing F5 until something new pops into said musician's Instagram feed so they can be the first to explain, your food looks delicious, someone go marry me or I'll choke my dog! Okay, perhaps that's a pretty extreme example. They aren't all quite as intense as the fangirl who sent a letter to her favourite K-pop idol in her own menstrual blood. Not every fangirl is so insecure that they feel the need to resort to that to get attention. Relevant plug, I've made a video for the 401 show about body image and its associated insecurities, so you can go check that out there in the description. And they don't have to be girls. For instance, this one is very clearly a bearded man in pigtails. As with many words, the etymology has outgrown its initial meaning, which was probably there because girls both follow people more actively and buy more stuff, making them more supportive fans. So after flawlessly dodging that sexist minefield, why does it happen? How does someone go from enjoying a song to obsessing over every aspect of a person's existence? Cognitive consistency. Our natural inclination to keep all our beliefs in line with each other, to avoid mental discomfort. This was explained by Austrian psychologist Fritz Heider's balance theory. Okay, I can't do it like this. I need to do it with a thought experiment involving a cat. That's better. Cat. Okay, so we've got two dudes and a cat. A cat. Dude number one is prone to fangirling whenever someone makes crunk-influenced bagpipe music. Dude number two is a cool cat rising star in the crunk pipe scene. Dude number one, upon discovering dude number two's talent, begins to fangirl over his incredible single-syllabic rhyming skills and subsequently develops an admiration for his beard, sunglasses, and beard. Then, dude number two references in one of his lyrics that he is a fan of a famously racist cat. Dude number one thinks racism is probably not a good thing and also violently despises cats as a result of their overuse in analogies on internet vlogs, so in order to keep cognitive consistency, he has to make one of three choices. Dude number two is an idiot! How could I ever have liked him? Choice B? Racist cats aren't so bad, I suppose. Choice C. Dude number two doesn't really like cats, it must be a metaphor. I can continue being myself. It's supposedly the option with the least mental effort that is chosen, therefore dude number one obviously makes choice B because that beard is very clearly infallible. In practice, this psychology is used in celebrity endorsements, like when Kevin Bacon tells you to buy a phone plan. Oh, British people love Kevin Bacon. Of course we do. Sure, I'll put up with your absolutely dire coverage, EE. His last name is Bacon, that will never not be hilarious. So through that, it's easy for a fangirl to build up an appreciation of their personality and their interests and turn them into this idealized person in their heads. As one of my friends, a self-proclaimed ex-fangirl, explains it, they create a false relationship in their minds. But just saying something isn't evidence. How can we prove that such a relationship exists? And what happens when this impression breaks? What would happen if an artist said something so specific and honest that it completely was incongruous to the fangirl's idea of that person? If only we had a recent case study where the fangirl's psychological beliefs were directly contradicted. Oh yeah. This guy. Nash Grier, an internet personality that, as I understand it, is kind of like Justin Bieber but without the need for songs, released a YouTube video called What Guys Look For in Girls. His majority girl audience watched him explain how he personally likes girls to be. Initially saying stuff like girls should be themselves, that kind of thing, but then moving on to more specifics like short and petite girls and girls with freckles, and saying that he didn't like girls that didn't shave their body hair. In response to this, large amounts of his audience commented saying they were either upset with themselves, saying it made them feel like crap, or angry at him for making these comments, saying things like, he clearly is contradicting himself. He tells them to be themselves and then goes to tell them that they should look this certain way. But what he said isn't a contradiction. Girls that look the way he described that are themselves totally fit into his type. So why did so many of his fangirls react so intensely? Any girls that didn't fit into those categories, that aren't short or petite or shaved, immediately had their one-way relationship with him brought into question. It felt like a betrayal, like he didn't like them anymore, and their need for cognitive consistency made them stop fangirling over him and react that way. Another example would be my sister, who upon finding a Japanese boy band member she fancied, proceeded to learn to speak fluent Japanese just in case they got a chance to talk in the future. He revealed something in an interview later that made it obvious that he wouldn't be into her, so she moved on to fangirling over someone else. She actually made a video about it, it's brilliantly honest. So fangirling is about a one-way relationship with someone, and at least on a subconscious level believing that they could reciprocate your admiration. I think fangirling is just extreme supportiveness, and as such it has the potential to be as good or bad as the person or show they are fangirling over. It can can be really good, like when Lady Gaga contacted her political representative to ask them to repeal the Don't Ask, Don't Tell law, and after asking her fans to do the same, loads of them did, some of whom had no idea who their political representative was before. Or like the Harry Potter Alliance, where thousands of muggles fight for equal rights. And there can definitely be a dark side to it too. But either way, personally, I think fangirling is inevitable in such a well-connected society. The whole nature of celebrity is a one-way relationship, but there is security in that. Because the celebrity doesn't know you, they can't judge you, and with so many insecure people, I think it's good that there is a way for those people to feel connected to someone. Sure, when it gets obsessively crazy, it's a bit unhealthy, but a strong admiration and support is positive for people on both sides of the equation. But that's just my opinion. I want to know what you think in the comments below. Hit like and favourite if this video resonates with you, and subscribe for more Boyinaband videos. And as always, thanks for watching.
I am a stereotypical Boyinaband fangirl.